CEO of Soul Tour, creator of the Self Mastery Method. And I'm here because it's Transformation Tuesday. So, for this Transformation Tuesday, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. I call it the golden egg around my neck. And I also want to issue you a long awaited, on my end anyway, save the date. All right. So, in order to understand this story, you have to understand this thing about me, which is that most of the jewelry I wear is symbolic. Most of the jewelry I wear is symbolic. I use it to remind me of something, a lesson I want to integrate, an archetype I want to dial up. So, for a few months at the beginning of this year, I wore this beautiful little charm around my neck every single day. And the charm was an egg. It was a little gold egg. It was gold on the outside, and then on the inside, it had this enamel lacquer that kind of was like the color of caramel or like a really orange, one of those like pastured wild hen egg yolks. My Bay Area is showing. I know. So I was at my club one day. I had a client come meet me there. I'd sat down with her. I'd ordered a glass of the La Crema Brut Rosé. We were about to have lunch and trade updates, and the charm caught her eye. And she went, "Ooh, what's that?" And she knows me really well. So I'm sure she was like this much interested in the charm itself, the jewelry of it, and this much interested in the story behind it. So she said, "Ooh, what's that?" And I said, "It's a golden egg." London and I are reading Jack and the Beanstalk on repeat these days. I kind of chuckled because, that's this 4-year-old life as you read the same things on repeat over and over again. So I said to her, I'm wearing it to remind myself that I am the mother effing goose. And I said it because that's what I do. I'm just trying to be nice today for some reason. I am the freaking goose that lays the golden egg. So I was wearing this charm to remind myself that it behooves me to invest in, cultivate, care for, and be very lavish with the goose. So she and I cracked up. But then after lunch, I went to the gym, I worked out, I went to the steam room, and I was sitting there and I had this epiphany. I had this epiphany that I'm actually not the goose that lays the golden egg, and neither are you. And here's why. Because the goose, as glorious and prolific as it is, the goose is still a producer. Okay. The goose is a glorious, essential, wonderful cog in the creation machine. All right. But it's still a cog. And I'm not a cog. And you're not a cog either. All right. So I am not the goose. You are not the goose that lays the golden egg. What you are, what I am, is the golden egg. More accurately, we are the golden eggs, plural. Like the golden egg in the Jack and the Beanstalk myth. And you know me, youngin, so we got to get a little mythical with it sometimes, y'all. We are mythic and magical. We are limitless in number. We never cease. We are eternal. We are radiant in luster. Your true sacred self, the sacred you that you came here to be and to become, that's a golden egg. Your big dreams, the dreams that are so delicious, so soulful that you haven't even yet dreamed them consciously, but your inner being has been dreaming them forever. So delicious, you haven't even given yourself permission to start consciously becoming aware that you want these wants yet. Those are all golden eggs. The desires you haven't yet given yourself permission to desire, those are golden eggs. Your unique genius is a golden egg. Your unique spirit is a golden egg. Your unique personality, quirks. I'm not even going to say weaknesses because I don't believe in that. You, this incredibly unique configuration of spirit, soul, energy, power, meat-covered skeleton made of stardust, riding this rock that is hurtling through space. These are all golden eggs. Your sacred contracts, the things that some people call callings, the projects and opportunities and ideas and golden threads of inspiration that call forth a little bit more of the best of you because they require that to come to life. The trillions of things that you, unique you, came here to be and do and have and create and learn and experience and explore. These are trillions and trillions of golden eggs, my friend. And now that I've defined them, you can see why I say that they are limitless. And if this has landed in your spirit or your chest with any resonance, you can see why I say that you are limitless too. So I wasn't wearing that charm as a reminder to take care of the goose. I was wearing that charm as a reminder of my own limitlessness. I was wearing that charm as a reminder to keep making 100 choices a day or an hour, to surrender to the delectability of my own big dreams and my own big destinies. So, again, the lesson I came here to impart today is not to take care of the goose, though I do want you to take lavish care of yourself. The goose is not you. The goose is source. The goose is the limitless love and the infinite intelligence and the creative power that formed all worlds. The goose is the divine, and it is flowing assistance to you all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. It's all around you all the time, even right now, even in your dark nights of the soul, even when things feel super, super struggle bus. The goose is the source. And the work you are being called to do in this season is not the work of producing the golden egg. The golden egg will, the golden eggs, plural, will be laid. Okay? They want to be laid. The genius within you wants to be released. And I give thanks that it is right now under grace, over calm seas and in perfect ways. The dreams you've been dreaming want to come to life, and they will. Have you ever read Big Magic by Liz Gilbert? She talks about how sometimes she would have a dream of an idea, detailed thesis of an idea of a book, and she'd get derailed and just your life would get in the way, as people say. And like a friend of hers published that literal same plot of a book, someone who would have had no other way to know what she'd been cooking up in that level of detail. The dreams you've been dreaming, the dreams you haven't even allowed yourself to dream yet, they want to come through you. That's why they're trying to come to you. Okay? The big self that you came here to become for your own joy and for the benefit of all that is, for the benefit of us all, it wants to be who you become. It wants to become. All right. And everything that's happening, you were equipped. You came to this planet equipped with everything you would need to become that big self. Every experience you've had in your life holds some kernel of meaning or wisdom that you can distill out of it, no matter how shitty it was, to contribute to the becoming of you in your big self way. All right. So you don't have to fear that you personally have to do the hard, grindy work of swinging the hammer and pulling every lever and directing this universe to make sure that you become your big self and you do your big dreams. These things want to be happen. These golden eggs want to be laid, and they will be laid, not under your might or power or brute force of your human body, but by divine flow. So let's recalibrate how you think about your job in this game. You're just a conduit. And if you let it be, you have the wind of all that is at your back, trying to power your progress through the adventure you in your life. So your work in this season ain't even hardly about performing or conforming or producing or even self-caring in the performative sense of the word, all right? Your work in this season is only the work of becoming utterly unresistant to your own freaking genius, All right. It's the inner work of being courageous enough to see what needs seeing within you, including seeing where your resistance lies and recalibrating your nervous system and your belief systems and your trances and your worldviews and your paradigms so that you can release the resistance gradually or in a big old gush of surrender if you want. And so that you can let your natural mastery bring you back into alignment with your natural genius and your natural greatness. So when you hear people say, my client Mia Togo always says, it's an inside job. Hey, the work that you have to do right now in this season to play your role in the continuing, rapidly accelerating evolution of humanity, it's not about managing your time and planning and plotting and writing an action plan and, you know, accountability and discipline and hard work and all that stuff. This is an inside job, my friend. And the inside job you're being called to do is a delicious one because it's the inside job of rediscovering your own unique magic and actualizing all of that. All right. And I know because my calling is to help to show how, right? This is very interior work. We are talking about the very inside inner work of downloading a fly ass vivid vision for the next season of your life and then aligning everything within you and around you so that the assistance that is all around you can flow to you and through you and power your projects under grace, over calm season in perfect, exciting, surprising, wonderful, delightful, delectable ways. The inside job you're being called to do right now is the work. It's funny to even call it work because it's the work of falling back in love with yourself. It's the work, like Dr. Dispenza would say, the work of falling in love with your own future. The work of letting the power of that radical and unfettered, just pure love direct and fuel and energize and inform and educate and be the intelligence that navigates you through the rest of your lick the plate life from here on out. What if the dream for your future that you fell in love with was just a dream of a lick the plate life where most days I've got this theory that says magical lives are made from magical days. So there have been times in my life when I didn't know exactly what I was called to do. I didn't know what the long game was or what the big dream was, but I knew I could make that day magical. Right? So what if you embarked upon the course of having magical day after magical day, and along the way, you took some time to fall back in love with yourself and fall back in love with your future? That's the inner work you're being called to do in this season. Yes, with some shadow work detours, right? And they're important. I was talking to someone today about how after I did my ketamine work for PTSD, I'd done 25 years of therapy before that. I've been teaching transformation work for a decade. Well, I've been working in the transformation industry for 20 something years at the time. I'd been teaching it for a really long time. And getting post traumatic, meaning processing the trauma in neurobiological ways, not just through talk therapy, literally restored my ability to dream in color again. If that gives you chills at all, it's because that's what's wanting to happen within you too. All right. And this is precisely this now subject change flag. My friend Rebecca's always like, you don't always tell us when you're about to change the subject. So I'm about to change the subject, y'all. This is your save the date. All the inner work I've just been talking about, the inner work of learning what you're rediscovering your own unique magic, learning your magic, living your magic, loving your future, downloading a new vivid vision for your future, upgrading the dreams you've had and the way your own understanding of what your true self is and your energies and your wiring and upgrading your ability to work with it to step fully into the new vivid vision for your life. This is the inner work we will be doing together at my upcoming event. So the event is called Upgrade Your Money and Your Life. Upgrade your money and your life. And I have created it to be a portal for for you to be energized and for you to be expanded. Okay. So we will spend 3 delicious days together recalibrating, actualizing, and aligning in order to let the golden eggs of your big self and your big dreams spark to life. So Upgrade is the event is meant to be a portal for this powerful inner transformation work that wants to be done within a lot of us in this season. And you know it. You have been feeling that something is trying to come through you or something wants to be different. So I'm going to just name it. You call me in. That's why you're hearing this in this moment. So Upgrade Your Money and Your Life will take place on October 21st through 23rd, 2022. And we'll be meeting at the iconic Claremont Club and Spa in Berkeley, California, right down the street from my house. So if you've ever seen pictures of me at my at my club working, writing with the baby, that's where it's going to be. You can spa where I spa, you can work out where I work out, you can write where I write. And so the link to register, I have dropped the link to register early bird VVIP registration for the Upgrade event into the comments or into the description of this video. Note these things. I've literally just signed the contract for the hotel. So I don't have, that's why you're seeing a bare bones registration. And the reason I put the registration up before we have the beautiful website and all of that stuff is that there are only 150 spots. This is meant to be a hands in the clay, me, you in the room, collective effervescence of this small golden vessel of other souls on a very similar soul tour. Okay. So I am certain we will sell out. I want those of you who watch these videos, those of you who listen to these things, I want you to have the very first chance both to get your spot and to get, tickets and arrangements, all kinds of things. We will email you in the next couple of days with details on how you can book your room under our group discounted room block rate. All right. So just know the general Upgrade experience is October 21st and 22nd. And then I will be hosting a magical VIP day on day 3 of the experience on October 23rd. So if you want to be one of the early bird enrollees, and you do, trust me, you do, you should see what we have cooked up. And I mean, it doesn't just start in October. The things we have cooked up to share with you and immerse you in and begin the transformation starting this month actually are wild. It's like nothing I've ever created before. So click the link, register, secure your spot, and know this. One of the people who does the early bird registration will get a chance to have me do a personal reading of your human design chart. Okay, so know this. I only do human design readings for my personal coaching clients, and I only coach 5 people a year. Those engagements start at $25,000. So I say that to say that this early bird sort of thing you're getting, if you register with the early bird, you get an opportunity to get something, a human design reading of your personal chart by me. And it's a very special thing. It's a very special experience. It's not something that's even available to be bought online. Okay. That's my first note. My second note is this. I know some of you have never really made this big of an investment in your own personal growth or your spiritual development, or that's a thing that comes up for you. So I just want you to keep in mind that when you cultivate your true self, when you cultivate the golden egg of your true self, you're cultivating what we call the square of self-mastery. And the square of self-mastery is not just a woo thing. It's not just about like feeling better inside, although I think that's worth all the investment in the world. When you cultivate the square of self-mastery, you elevate in visible, tangible, measurable ways on these 4 subjects: your health, your wealth, your wisdom, which is the same as your love and relationships, and your creative power, your ability to have thoughts that you turn into real life realities what we call consensus reality, because I think your thoughts are reality. They're just not the reality other people can see yet. So I am a big believer that spiritual progress creates progress in every one of these areas of your life too. And I think that we can all agree that that is worth investing in. All right. So as my last PPPPPS, I'll just say this. I will leave you with the blessing that you are poised and powerful. You are radiant and a magnet to wonderful things. They now begin to flow to you under grace, not through hard effort, over calm seas, and in wonderful, beautiful, lavish, easeful, flowful ways. Allow yourself to be surprised and delighted at the flow. All right. So let it be. And so it is. I love you guys. Keep your head up and your heart out. I will see you probably before the next Transformation Tuesday as I begin to share with you all about this event. I will check the, okay, great. I'll check everybody. It looks like everyone's good. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon here. And then I'll see you at Upgrade in October. All right. Bye-bye.